this is the Bad Actors Club, where every day I do an acting challenge. Today's acting challenge is actually a repeat of yesterday's. And yesterday I randomly drew a challenge that said I needed to improvise an Indian accent in a comedic fashion. I've looked up professional people's opinions on how to acquire an accent and what types of things to try. So I'll try again today. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. I'll probably never need to do an Indian accent for anything. I don't think I would write a script where I'd need one, but it's all in the fun of learning how to act and be more expressive. So I'm gonna get going. I looked up people's common advice about how to do an Indian accent, and it actually wasn't technically that different than what I was doing yesterday, but obviously yesterday didn't work at all. But I did learn that it's best if you find a specific character or different types of characters, and each of those people talks differently. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to imitate 3 types of characters that I found that I think I might be able to do, or I might not be, I don't know. So I'm going to see if I can speak better while being in a different characters. The way of American consumerism makes no sense because there's already so much. You may as well go to those thrift stores, because so much is already given up, and so you don't need the fancy clothes because that's unnecessary. And to keep in mind that you should probably save the money, and it doesn't make sense to assume that we'll all be spending money. It was the most poetic of all the books I read, and it was a non-fiction, and so it was very unexpected, because non-fiction nowadays, like the how-to books, they're usually like just very straightforward, but Thoreau, his Walden book, was very good because he has the most poetic way of saying things that for some reason it's just so much more convincing, and I really liked it. And I took notes on so many aspects of what he wrote so that I could keep them as quotes for myself, because they were very nice. Another book that I read in English was Babbitt. It was very good, and it was supposed to be about America in the 20s, I think. But it's still relevant now, which is very cool. And they're choosing an Indian character, and that character is like working at on a pool from the Simpsons, or if it's like a character that is not like is working at a gas station or something like offensive, and like you can't, or like working at taxi, and they're not doing anything, that they're doing completely stereotypical jobs, and are like asexual, or like they're just not doing anything interesting, and they don't seem like developed characters. That is more offensive than the actual accent. So it's not necessarily bad to do a stereotypical accent. It just matters that the character you're creating isn't just like a sad character that is offensive to people of that ethnicity. There are a lot of variety of people that could be part of an ethnicity. Like if you try to stereotype an American, how would you do that? Right now, the character that I'm doing is expressive, almost the most stereotypical type Indian, but I found that some types of people are just more expressive. Don't go on that date because he doesn't know you, and he just really want what is good for you. Don't go on that date because you do not know him. I don't want to see you go on that date because it is a very weird man, and I think you should stay away. Don't go on a date because you don't know him, and it's unwise to do that. I work in a small non-profit event management practice of about 12 people. Whenever a staff member's birthday comes up, it is my job to order their favorite dessert, pick out a birthday card for the entire staff to sign, and choose a time for the staff to celebrate in the conference room and eat cake, cookies, etc. together. While no one objects to the practice of eating sweets and hanging out, the office is clearly divided on the birthday card. Half of our employees hate signing and receiving cards. The other half still wants to do it. For the time being, I have made a mental note of those people who don't wish to participate and do not approach them about signing a card and do not get them a card. Personally, I am not all for doing away with the whole birthday card thing because it seems kind of silly and not that meaningful. My immediate boss is on the pro birthday card team, which is why I can't really discontinue this process. I would love to find out if you have any thoughts or recommendations on how I can better handle this